Hi everyone, welcome to day 15 of our system design series. This is Soumya Paul, a mentor at CodeCardos and a software developer at Amazon. And in today's video, we will be studying something called as CAP Theorem. Okay, so now in the previous videos till now, I hope you all have gone through those videos and learned all the different characteristics we need to know, all the jargons, all the technical terminologies we need to know before we start learning system design. We saw what is consistency, we saw what is availability, what is throughput, what is bandwidth, what is partition or fault tolerant, etc. Now, today we'll be learning something called as CAP theorem. Now, first of all, this CAP is an acronym. Here C stands for consistency. Then A stands for availability. And I hope you guys have gone through the previous videos and know what these mean. If not, please go through those videos and learn what these terms mean. And P stands for partition, also called as fault tolerance. Okay. So partition tolerance is also known as fault tolerance. Now, this CAP theorem says that your system can either have any two of these three characteristics. It can either be consistent and available, or it can be consistent and partition tolerant, or it can be available and partition tolerant. These are the only three possible ways a system can be designed. Now, one thing to know is that partition tolerance, this is something every system should be. This is something every system should be. We don't compromise with this, which means that if your system is a distributed system, which mostly is, and you're having multiple nodes, maybe for a database or for a server, then even if one node fails, one node crashes, maybe it is a database or maybe it is a server, your system should be smart enough to handle that load in case of a server or that data in case of a database. And that is called that the system is a partition tolerant system or a fault tolerant system. So this is something we never compromise. Because for example, you have a distributed system with multiple databases, and if one database goes down, you don't want that data to be lost, or you don't want an increased pressure, increased traffic on the other databases. So you always need to handle it. Now, how to handle it? That is something we'll discover in the next videos. For today's video, just know that you should make your systems partition tolerant. So if your systems are always partition tolerant, that means P should always be there. So this cannot be a possibility. So your system can either be consistent and partition tolerant or available and partition tolerant. So at the end, you end up choosing between availability and consistency. But why? How? Why do we have to choose? Why can't we have both availability and consistency? Now that is something you'll know when we study how we make our systems partition tolerant. You'll study what is redundancy, what is replication, etc. That we'll study in the next videos, that because of the ways in which we make our system partition tolerant, we can only make our system either available or consistent. Okay, so don't worry about it. But for now, remember that you can either choose availability or consistency. Now, how do we decide which one to choose? That will depend. Choose on the basis of business requirement. Choose on the basis of business requirement. Now, what do we mean by business requirement? So it depends on what kind of feature do you have, what kind of functionality you have on your app or on your website. For example, in a website like Amazon, some features like view product. Say you have a feature like view product. Okay. This feature, view product list, so not just one product, but view product list. This will be one feature where every user who comes on the Amazon.com website, They can look at all the products that are listed for a particular category or for all the categories, etc. So view product list is a feature. Now, this view product list, this feature, this will be availability first. Availability first. What do I mean by availability first? What does it even mean? This means that you don't care if this feature is consistent for all the users, or even for a particular user, it is consistent in different points in time. It is completely fine if I as a user is seeing a different product list and someone else as a user is seeing a different product list. That is completely fine. And by different product list, I don't mean completely different product list. Maybe a few products here and there. Maybe a few products are not visible which are updated recently. But if it is not available, and if I try to make it fully consistent, and due to that, if the product list is not available, if the user comes onto Amazon.com and the user doesn't see any product list, then that is a very, very poor experience, isn't it? The user will immediately go to Myntra or Flipkart or any other website. And Amazon will lose revenue, Amazon will lose a customer. So that is why view product list should always be availability first. You should definitely show a product list. Now there may be a few inconsistencies and that is fine. Okay. Similarly, some features like say cart or purchases, those need to be consistent. For example, say any booking feature, any booking related feature in Book My App or Paytm, those should be consistent. It is fine if you don't show the feature, if you put down your app or website for a few seconds to a few minutes. But you should be very careful and you should make the feature as consistent as possible for each and every user. No two people should be booking up the same seat. No two people should be seeing different availability on a particular seat, etc. So the data should be absolutely 100% consistent. Otherwise, we may face a lot of trouble. Okay. Similarly, say social media apps like Instagram, YouTube and all. Again, social media apps should also be what? They should be availability first. Available first. It means that in a social media app, suppose there is a post, different users may see different number of likes, different number of comments, different comments. Not the same comment as different text, but maybe some user is seeing 1,000 comments on a very popular post. Another user is seeing 1,200 comments or 1,100 comments or 900 comments on that same post. So that is completely fine. But if a user is not able to see the post at all, then that is a poor experience. So we always try to keep our content available to the people, to the customers, to the consumers, to the users. And we don't care much if it is consistent for all the users or not. Okay. So based on our feature, based on the functionality we are providing to the users on our app or website or software, we choose what is more important for us, whether it is consistency or whether it is availability. Okay, so that's it for today's video. And if you want to learn these concepts in a much more in-depth manner to prepare for top-notch product-based companies like Mang or equivalent companies, and if you want to prepare straight away from Mang-based mentors, people who themselves are developers at Mang companies and have 4, 5 or even more years of experience, then do join CodeCardos. And I'll see you all in the next video in our system design series.